Have you ever wanted to pursue a career or job of your choice or that you've been dreaming for a long time or since that you've been growing up and start to realize that you cannot achieve that because of finances or that you're not able to pay for college? Well, believe it or not, there are many people out there in the world that are desperate, in need of money, and it's not just a few people, it's a lot of people. And I think the Boston Globe states on March 28, 2024, saying that 40% of college students they drop out of school before even obtaining a degree, which is a good amount of students. And it's either because students are not be able to pay for their classes, or that the courses are too hard, and or that they're just not able to take classes in general. And I'm here to persuade you that college tuition should be cheaper than it is today, with the result of rising tuition in many states around the US. Let's start with the first problem. Many students are depending on loans. Loans are what helps students pay for their classes without relying on their own money. And depending on loans can get into a very vicious cycle. And because of the rising tuition, the Boston Globe states up on February 18, 2025, saying that the tuition will go up to around $17,000, $17,500 per year here, which is a lot of money. And 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 I think many students out there will not be able to pay for that amount of tuition for school. And it's not just that. Many schools out there, like I mentioned in the US, will also have rising tuition, and it's also because of inflation. And the PR Newswire on September 10, 2019 states that students are very heavily depending on student loans. And I think the way we can prevent students from depending on loans is to lower the college tuition at a reasonable price and not too expensive. Even though professors do get paid for teaching students, I think what matters is that the students are able to go to school and obtain a good education and a good career rather than just working in like low or paying environments. And I think that's what can lead to things like homelessness or poverty. And the cycle just keeps going on and on. And another problem I do want to mention is that students are working too many hours. And it's because students are not able to pay for the expenditures like their groceries or essential needs for the house. And without groceries or anything that they need, people could starve, or maybe they could get thirsty, or they won't have like the necessary essential items they need to thrive when living here on this earth. And I think working too many hours can lead to mental health problems. People could be burnt out, or sometimes they may not be able to do their job well, or sometimes they like can have like heart attacks. They can have many things. And I think students' health is a priority. And I think if students are not able to prioritize their health, then how are they going to like make a living or do the things that are very essential to their lives? And I think the way we could do that, like I mentioned, is also lower the tuition, college tuition, so that way it can make it affordable. But not just that, I think students need to have programs that like will at least help them get into the foot, or at least they have we should create more jobs that could pay a decent amount. And I think if that's the case, then students will be able to thrive, even though they're not able to attain a bachelor's degree, but at least they can still thrive living on this earth in some way. And to conclude, I think overall that college tuition should be a lot cheaper than it is today. I know with it college tuition like going up and up higher each year, I think there are going to be more students that are not going to be able to afford or to have a career that they want. And I think this is something that really has to be brought to the government. And I think together, I think we can make a difference that how students can, whether it's students trying to achieve their dreams or pursue a career that they like and that they want to get the education that they need and live a life that would be thriving.